Howdy. One sec. Let me throw this on. Kaboom. Alright, let's go into things. And then back out of things so we can look at the thing that we just went into and then observe the space. And lack of space. If there is really any lack of space, is there a lack of space? Or is it just space that we convince ourselves is filled with dump? I don't know. From my observation, that is things within the space, within the large amount of space. But then I don't know facts about this, but I feel like if I was to, for example, raise my frequency, if I was to vibrate at a higher pace, I'd set on fire and disintegrate, but then I'd be able to go through things because there wouldn't be something resisting the atoms, like smoke will move around it. So if I can set myself on fire without dying, yeah, that it's possible, but not quite in the way that I'm hoping, like superpowered type way. Anyway, welcome. I'm just chatting, really. I'm gonna try and make this one short just because I want to, I don't know, like, who wants to listen to 40 minutes of my ramblings? Personally, I do. I enjoy my talking, but not everyone is me. Or are they? Definitely not this personality, I'd say. What is the difference between same and different? Is there a difference? Is it the same thing? If you look at it from a non-dualistic point, then maybe there isn't a difference between difference and similarities. Does that mean everything's similar? Everything's similar? But if you say similar, then you imply the opposite, which is, I just said the word, like, dividedness, separateness. So one implies the other, so you can't have one without the other. So that's a funny thing, because if you want to be happy, that happiness instantly creates the opposite, which is unhappiness, because you can't have one without the other. Because how would you know one unless you've experienced the other? So by creating the thing you want, you inevitably create the thing that you don't want. It's like two sides of the same coin, as I've quoted someone else quoting this in another video before, but Ram Dass said that, he quoted someone else, I don't know who, maybe Timothy Leary or something like that, saying, those who do not know that the Prince of Darkness is but the other face of the King of Light. Not exact quotation, but general idea, knows not of me. So I'll say that again. So those who do not know that the Prince of Darkness is but the other face of the King of Light knows not of me. So it's the same. So I think, relating in my head, in Buddhism they talk about nirvana, which is the experience kind of transcending of the experiences of sadness, of unhappiness, of anger, of boredom, of happiness, of excitement. It's transcending that. So you're kind of living again in the nothingness space where nothing exists. So you're essentially free from, sorry, I'm slowing down here for some reason. You're essentially free from everything, but then you're quite literally free from everything. There is nothing, in a sense. So would you sacrifice all this for nothingness? I will say again, and I will repeat often, I have no idea if this is true, but this is how I've interpreted things. And I'm not saying that I'm right at all, but this is how I see what they're talking about. Like, for all I know, maybe they meant nirvana in a different way. Maybe it is like the kingdom of heaven, but they've explained it in a very poetical sense where, everyone's going to interpret everything in their own thing, like these stars right here. you may not even thought they're stars. You may have thought they're starfish, but no, they're not. They're just in the shape of stars. And to be honest, you don't see it the same way I do, mainly because you're looking through a screen and my camera is fuzzy, so it's not clear. But even if you were sat next to me here, we may look at the same thing, but we see it very differently, mainly because he sees it from specifically that angle and I see it. Who knows? Who really knows? And that's kind of the point I'm getting to here, is that I don't know what I'm on about. Just let me be, alright? If you have information that can correct and help me understand things in a different way, I was going to say better, but there is no better, nor is there a worse. Which actually starts to lead me into another thing. The idea of better and worse. I think for a while, I have personally dealt with the flux of generally seeing people as better than me, but I'd never say it as bluntly as that. I'd always kind of word it funny in a sense, like, I think they're really like profound, for example. Like that's kind of the thing I like in people, is their profound honesty and creativity and observation in life. And if I see someone with very extensive level of understanding in that way, I would, there'd be an envy in me. And that envy kind of implies that they're here and I'm here. Like there's a gap, there's a difference. But that could not be further than the truth. That's something we convince ourselves into believing, but not so true. For you see, there is no this and this. It is just this and this and this. It's a flag ground. Imagine everything's 2D, but I'm over here because I've parked this way, and you're over here. That's all the difference. It's just a space between, really. You don't know. It isn't better or less. It's just different understanding of a particular thing. I think we're perceiving things in an incorrect, or at least a way that doesn't serve us. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? So it doesn't serve us. So why are we doing it? You know, let's find a better way. Let's readjust it. I think that 2D idea works pretty well, because then no one is better than you, but also with one you create the other. What is the other of better than you? It's better than you. You know, better than me, better than you. So me assuming that, you know, that sense of pride that you get when you feel like you have a bit of knowledge, or when you can share something with someone else and be like, yes, I'm here to educate. Please, don't need to kiss my feet. I've got this. It's fine. I'm just here to help. I'm just here to help. I think we all struggle with that, and I think it's important to admit to ourselves that we all kind of deal with suffer with a bit of, I think it's a suffering of, the pride of like, like in our heads we're like, yeah, I know a bit more than you, but externally we want to kind of soften the blow and be like, no, I'm just here to help. Some people are very authentic in that because they've kind of understood their sense of envy or pride or whatever. For me, I'm still on that journey. I'm figuring that out, which is enjoyable. I enjoy the process, but I have to be very aware that, like, I'm not better than anyone, you know, and like it's an equal ground, really. But we're helping each other over chasms. But I think we need to learn to let go of that story of I did this for them. Like, whatever. I think maybe try this. Maybe go and practice just doing something without letting anyone know. Just do one kind thing for someone and don't tell anyone about it. And if you feel the urge to tell someone about it, look at that, because that's an interesting feeling. The desire to be like, look what I did today. I did this. Look at that. You know, it's kind of releasing. Like, chill with that. So yeah, there's something for you to do today. Go give that a try. Um, do something without anyone knowing. Good luck. Hey, why not tell me about it? Oh wait, no, that's defeats the point. Never mind. It would have been nice to get a comment in and be like, yeah, I did this, but don't. That's beating the point. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna leave you with that because that sounds something fun for you to do. No better time than the present, mate. So on your way. See you later.